Hello, it's me. Welcome back, and I'm here to do a quick little video on troubleshooting for your foundation. So with my foundation, I use creams, and yes, it's a learning curve. It's like painting by numbers, so basically you just place everything in the little sections, but I know it can be kind of confusing because it's not like traditional makeup, so I wanted to give a few tips and tricks of what I do to get my foundation to stay all day long. So, first thing that I do is I use a primer. This is the NYX Pore Filler. I recently just started to use this and I love it. It makes the makeup sit beautifully on top of your skin and it just looks really clean. Another thing that I do is I self-tan. I was using the lightest of the foundations and I was having texture issues and I started to notice it more because it's getting warmer outside, my skin's getting drier. I'm working on my skincare, so that's one thing you should definitely work on. It's exfoliating, cleansing, getting all that dead skin off. That's exfoliating. And moisturizing. It's very important. I recently just started to see an esthetician, and she was like, honey, your skin is so dry. And if you've been following me from the very beginning, you would know that my skin has changed a lot within the last 2 years of me doing makeup. It's because I'm learning more about my skin, and I think that's so important to do no matter what. You only get one body. Hold on. You only get one body, so I feel like you should take care of it. In the last 2 years, I've started to really change my lifestyle in order to get myself to a good place, and you should do the same with your face. A lot of water. Make sure you're always cleaning it. I always hear a lot of it's sliding off my face, or have a lot of texture, or it's not staying, and it's because you need to take care of your skin. It's a cream product, so if you're used to regular foundation like this, you're used to setting it. You need to set it. It's a liquid. It's going to just fall off your skin no matter what, so you have to set it. I have my foundation on right now, and I wanted to show you how I set mine. So I use Maybelline Superstay Pressed Foundation, and yes, I'm putting a foundation on top of a foundation, but I'm not using it like a foundation. I'm using it more of like a setting powder. So what I do is just take a damp sponge, roll it in there just a smidgen right here, and then I take my Stay Spray, which is just my setting spray, and I spray the powder until it kind of creams up a little bit. And as you can see, it's starting to kind of become a little bit of creamier consistency. And I'm going to lightly press this all over my skin. And by lightly, I mean like barely pressing. Because even though I want everything to set, I don't want to cover it. Because this is what this is, the full coverage powdered foundation. And I don't need it to be full coverage on top of everything else. I just want it as a setting powder. So again, spray it, let it sit for just a little bit until it becomes a little creamier, and then set everywhere. So I am barely touching my skin with this sponge. I've also applied powder bronzer on top. I have too dry skin to bake, so that is why I choose to use the foundation, because it's not too powdery, it's already pressed together, so just a little bit of liquid will help it work better. And as you can see, it provided a little bit more coverage as well. Now I'm going to take my bronzing brush and I'm just going to blend this all together. And if you feel like it's a little bit too light for you, you're welcome to take your bronzer and just go over it. Okay, so that is how I set everything. This will work for all day. The Press Superstay is meant to last for 24 hours, so that's why I love to use it as well, because it gives a little bit of extra coverage, even though with my cream foundation I don't need extra coverage. It sets it, and it's going to be creamy, so I don't have to look like I have a ton of powder sitting on top of my face. The next thing is, like I already said, you should always have a setting spray. This is the stay spray that I use. This is the one that does not have the SPF, but there is an SPF option. It smells like summertime. It's gorgeous. Another one that I really like is Urban Decay All Nighter. I like to use that before my makeup and after because it kind of has that sticky consistency to it. The stickier your base before your foundation, the better, because your foundation needs something to stick to. So I always recommend a primer, a setting powder. Sorry, I recommend I recommend a primer, a setting powder, and a setting spray. These three things are going to help you keep your makeup lasting all day long. And no matter what the makeup brand is, it's going to help you. So if you have any other questions, go ahead and shoot me a message or comment on this post, whichever. And I'm always open to any of your questions. Thank you so much, and I'll see you next time. Bye.